Very good afternoon, everybody. Uh, as you all are aware, we are having a 1 week long national workshop on academic writing. Yesterday, we had inauguration session, and then we had two technical sessions, one by Professor Paresh Joshi, another by Dr. Kalyan Chattopadhyay. Today morning also you had a session by Dr. Kalyan Chattopadhyay. Now in this afternoon session, we are joined by Dr. Clement from East Africa, Burundi. We are very happy to announce, we are very proud also that he was our PhD scholar of our university as an international student. And he indeed did very good work also while working here. While he was here, also he was conducting several academic writing workshops. We also developed a short online course on academic writing also. So we thought that in this national workshop, let us take advantage of Dr. Clement also, and he readily agreed to be a part of this. He will have two sessions. Today we will have one, and then tomorrow we will have his another session. He already has given a task of something to be written by the participants. He might have analyzed the things, and we will have something interesting from his end also. So I request the student representative to introduce him officially, and then Clement, you can start your session.
Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon, all of you. It gives immense pleasure to welcome you all to the day two of the National Workshop on Academic Writing. As we move ahead in this 5 days academic journey, today's session focuses on one of the most crucial aspects of higher education and research academic writing and discourse practices, with special focus on publishing index journals. It is now my proud privilege to introduce today's esteemed resource person, Dr. Clement Ndoricimpa. Dr. Clement Ndoricimpa is a teacher researcher at the École Normale Supérieure du Burundi, and also serve as the part-time lecturer at University of Burundi, Hope Africa University, and Bujumbura International University. Academically, his journey is truly inspiring. He completed his PhD in applied linguistics with specialization in critical discourse analysis from Maharaja Krishna Kumar Singh Ji, Bhavnagar University, Gujarat. A contribution that bridges global perspective with Indian academia. And his teaching and research interest includes academic writing, discourse analysis, corpus linguistics, language policy and planning, critical stance in academic discourse. Dr. Ndoricimpa has an impressive list of national and international publications, particularly focusing on genre-based pedagogy, academic discourse, and critical writing practices. His work reflects a deep engagement with how language shapes thought, ideology, and policy. So we're truly fortunate to have him with us today. With this, I warmly invite Dr. Clement Ndoricimpa to take over the session and enrich us with his insights. So the stage is yours, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your introduction. I think that I'm audible for everyone. Everyone can hear me. Okay, thank you. So I'm going to share the PPT. The PPT. Um, Today's session is about writing a research paper for publication in Scopus and Web of Science indexed journals. As you have heard in the introduction, my name is Clement Ndoricimpa. So I have been working on academic writing, academic discourse, and I have been in India at the University of Bhavnagar, and my guide was Prof. Dilip Bharat, and I know some students there, many of them, those who were in the department when I was conducting my study. And my interests was on academic writing, and I have worked with the students in the Department of English. I've conducted some workshops there on academic writing. I have analyzed students' essays, papers when I was at the Department of English at Bavagnaga University. Now today, so we'll talk about writing a research paper for publication in Scopus and the Web of Science indexed journals. And so the session is about the first point of this session is why should we publish our research paper in Scopus and Academy of Science, a Web of Science. And the second point will be the structure of the paper, because so there are requirements to publish in Scopus and Academy of Science. And third, we'll talk about the language and the vocabulary, so the language that should be in that paper. And fourth, we'll talk about AI tools that you should use when writing the paper. And fifth, we'll talk about the plagiarism, which is very important. And last, we'll talk about references. And we can start with the first point. The first point is why Scopus and Academy of Science indexed journals. So these two are large abstract and citation databases of peer-reviewed literature covering a wide range of disciplines. So these focus on high quality journals and the conference proceedings. So, and why do we have to publish there? So it is because not all research papers achieve the same level of visibility and impact. So publication in journals indexed in Scopus ensures that your work reaches a wider audience and is recognized by the wider audience. And other reasons include increased visibility, means your visibility and the visibility of the work that you are doing. Now, for example, if your work cannot be found on Google Scholar or other platform, so you do not have any visibility. For example, I have published different works, and some of them are visible. You can find them on Google Scholar. And if you are looking for research funding, or you are looking for another opportunities outside of India or outside of Burundi, so when you send your application, the first thing they look is they go to Google Scholar and type your name there. If they find what you have been doing, then so you have an opportunity, a chance to get that admission or to get that funding. Another is impact, higher impact, the impact that your work has on others. How many times your work is cited by others, how many times your work is downloaded by others, how many times your work not only cited by others, but how many read your paper. Another reason is professional recognition. You know that, so when you work at, for example, the Department of English, and you present that you work there, so you are professionally recognized on the work that you are doing. And another is funding opportunities. You can get opportunities to fund your work. And another, the last is career advancement. Those are some of the reasons why you should aim to publish your work in indexed journals. So But to succeed in producing a research paper of higher quality, it must meet the following requirements. So those are the requirements that you should meet when you want to publish your paper in indexed journal, particularly in Scopus and the Web of Science indexed journals. One is first the structure of your work, how the work is structured. So because what they look at whether your work first is comprehensible. They understand the argument that you are presenting. So in order to be able to make your work comprehensible, so the structure must be clear. And research papers follow some format, and that format is IMLD format, and I, which stands for introduction, and M, which stands for research methods, and R, which stands for results, and D stands for discussion. So a research paper has all these points. And we are going to analyze and to talk about the structure of the introduction, the way the introduction is structured, so that your paper is of high quality. First, so you have to understand that the introduction of a research paper is an important section of the paper because it is responsible for the first impression of the paper. And it tends to follow a certain pattern of organization of the content. So the way the content is organized in the paper. So the element of this pattern are what we call moves, which are realized in a number of rhetorical strategies or steps. Those are steps. So a paper starts with move one. So this move one, which is the report of the object of the study or establishing a research territory. So in this move, the writers describe the study as important, central, interesting, problematic, relevant in some way. So you have to show to the reader that your topic is very important, is interesting, that studies are required on that topic. So you also review previous research on the area. So I have read your assignment, what you have produced, the introduction to a research paper. So I have seen some of you have followed this format. Others, I'm still reading to see whether you have followed this format of research paper. And I have also I have sent some examples, samples of introduction of research paper in literature and English language teaching. So you can analyze, you can read the first part and see how they have tried to structure this move one. Those who have read it, so they can continue reading it, or those who have not yet read it, so they can read it and analyze the way this move is structured in those texts, in those samples that I have sent you. And the second move is establishing a niche. So in this move, the writer indicates a gap in the previous research and a counterclaim and raise a question or continues with the tradition. What does it mean, this? It means that, so you have selected a topic on which you wanted to produce a research paper. And by selecting that topic, you wanted to contribute something. You wanted to contribute something to knowledge. What is known? There is someone who selected eco-criticism, eco-criticism in the work of Alvina Diga, and others have selected this feminist and so you have to show, when writing a paper on that topic, you have to show what is your contribution to the research, what is your contribution to knowledge. So I have here a figure. This figure here, it is a figure. This is a circle, and I have written inside that circle known. So inside that circle, it means that something is known. So that is what is known about the topic that you have selected is inside that circle. What is outside of that circle is what is unknown. By writing on that topic that you have selected, so your job is to expand that circle. So to go to the unknown, because you wanted to contribute something to knowledge, to what is known, what is already known, and what is not known on that topic. For example, if you have selected eco-criticism, what is known about that topic, about eco-criticism, and what is not known about eco-criticism? If you are analyzing a particular novel from feminist theory, literary theory, so you have to present what is already known about feminism, or what is already known, what have been done about this work, this literary work, or these novels that I'm analyzing, what is known and what is not known. So your focus then will be on what is unknown, what is not known. That will be your contribution, something that you wanted to contribute to knowledge. So we write then a research paper in order to contribute to knowledge. There is knowledge, there is what is known, so there is no point to talk about what is known because people already know that. So your objective is to produce something that will contribute to knowledge, to what is known and what is not known. So that is, and you presented that in move 2. And you have to understand that move 1, so the part 1, what we have already talked about is the report when you show that your topic is interesting and very interesting, and move 2, they are connected. These two parts are very connected, and we have some language that we use to connect them. So the third move is introducing your own study, occupying the niche. It means that, so there in this you present the purpose of your study, the nature of the present research, what you wanted to do, what is the objective of your research. So what is the objective of your research? That's what you present. And so for language and vocabulary, so you'll have some useful phrases that I'll use it to start writing each move. For example, you can start your move 1. So the first part of the introduction with a central issue in, for example, a central issue in eco-criticism study, or it is now generally accepted or recognized that recently. So you can start your introduction in a different way. And so this is connected to the second part, which is move 2. And this begins with some vocabulary. For example, however, despite, although. So for example, so in the example that I have given you, so we have, for example, however, the application of a Western feminist model of care to indigenous context risks erasing indigenous epistemologies that already privilege rationality as a core value. So, for example, that is an example. And another example, despite its significance for comprehending language poetry and Hagian's model of composition, this poetic compilation has been insufficiently researched. You see, insufficiently. So there is it starts with the vocabulary. Despite this is a linking word, and another we have the papers. The purported advantages of combining independent and integrated essays into a single standardized test of writing proficiency, however, remain largely accepted. This is another way of introducing the second move, the second part of the introduction of the research paper. And we have a move to now, because you are presenting the objective for your study. You say in this paper, I discuss, or in this study, we present the preliminary results of, for example, so, and you have examples in the paper that I have given you. So we have this article seeks to explore how, by blurring the distinctions between poetry and poetics, Haitian ventures beyond poetry's isolation realm to investigate its influence on perception and meaning formation. So it is another. And we have the article suggests that Lindbergh's test conceptualizes trauma as a disassociation of body and spirit and a fragmentation of community, and dramatizing how patriarchal structures, sexual abuse, and stereotyped visions of indigeneity compounds the harms of colonization and the purpose of this study. So this is how you start your move 3, when is the third part of your research paper. So we can go and read some of the examples that I gave you. So these are examples. These examples we have the first one. So the title of the work is "The Shattered Language of Dreams" in Line Haitians, the Book of a Thousand Eyes. So which was written by Rodriguez, and you can see. Move 1 starts. So we have move 1 with the one paragraph. So with the one paragraph, when he described the topic by showing how this is important, you can see that, and it is highlighted. And you can see that the second move starts with, despite its insignificance for comprehending language poetry and the Haitian model of composition, this poetic compilation has been insufficiently researched. So that is the move 2. That is the structure, and you can see that if you read the first part and the second part, those two parts are linked, are connected, which contributed to the coherence of the whole introduction, and then the last part is about the objective of the study, which starts with these studies, then builds on research on her previous work, as well as the poet's personal theories of poetry as articulated in the language of inquiry. So this is okay. So in line with this article seeks to explore how. So that is, you present then the objective of the research. So you can analyze also the second research paper, so that I sent you. So it is the title of that is restoring trauma through decolonial care in Tracy Lindbergh Bedi. So you can see that these also have the same structure. So we have move one which has two paragraphs, and the move two starts with then that vocabulary. However, the application of Western feminist model of care to indigenous context risks erasing indigenous epistemologies that already privilege rationality as a core value. That is the move two, and you can see that move three. So move three starts with the objective. This article suggests that. So it is how you structure your introduction of your research paper, and you have we have the last example. We have is about its own ELT, which is predicting human judgments of essay quality in both integrated and independent second language writing samples, a comparison study, and you can see also that they follow the same format. The same format as in literature. So the research paper in literature, so they have these three parts, which we call three moves, and in ELT, English language teaching and the assessment, they also have the same format. So three parts. So three important parts. The first part, so which is establishing a research territory, where you show that your work is important. The topic that you have selected is important, worth investigating. Yes, studies are required, and you move to the second part, which you present the gap in the previous research. So it means that the gap in what is already known. You understand? So because they have conducted the study, and they presented the knowledge and what is known and what is unknown. What is known and what is unknown. And then which leads to the third part, which is the purpose of what you wanted to do. Means the purpose of what you wanted to do. So that is how you structure the introduction of a research paper. The introduction of research paper. So it means that all parts of the research paper follow a certain pattern of organization, the way you organize each part. So the way you organize the introduction. So the way you organize the introduction, if we go back to the structure, so this is structure of introduction, research methods, and results, and the discussion. So you have seen how the introduction is structured. The structure of the introduction is so that the text is comprehensible. They understand the topic, so they understand that you are going to contribute something. You are going to contribute something to what is already known, and then so you have research methods. The research methods, the methods that you will use in order to meet the objectives that you have formulated in the introduction, and then you present the results in the literature. So it means that you discuss, you do a discussion according to the research objectives that you have formulated, and then after at the end you discuss those results. That is the structure, the whole structure of a research paper, so that it can be published in any Scopus indexed journals, in a Scopus indexed journal. And I have analyzed some of the so the assignments, some of the work that you have produced, some of you have tried to follow this format, but the problem is that many of you, for example, let me show one example from what you have produced, from what you have produced. Let me go here. So, for example, this one. So this one, I can see these the comments that I have made. So you have tried, you have made an attempt at this introduction. It also have the three move one, move two, and the move three. But so it is also coherence. But the problem that it has, it is that it does not have any reference. Any reference. It is as if what is presented in this introduction is yours, as if it, so you did not get any idea or information from others. For example, if you present a sentence like that, like this, much of the existing research focuses on the advantage. So you have to provide at least an example of that research, because it's not out of blue that you are saying that much of existing research focuses. So you have to show those research what they have done and what they did not do. And you did not present that. You did not present what have been done before. So you just presented or much of the existing research focuses on the advantages of what are advantages, but you have to provide the reference. So where did you get that? So who conducted studies on this topic, on this theory, and what were their contribution, and what you wanted to contribute to add to the knowledge, to what is known about the topic that you have selected. Yeah, so it is very important. So you have read that even in the samples that you have read that are sent you, so that they include references. And if I read here, so no references. It does not have any reference. So you have to include references. So I have another one. So there is another one whose work I read. Let's go here. So the same thing from this. So who worked on book banning and intellectual freedom, context, conflicts, and contemporary debates. So it's does not have, it is this one, for this one. So the introduction, what have the comment I made is you made a good attempt. However, your introduction does not have any reference, no reference. So the first part, it means move one is too short. The second part, move two, is not well written. For example, the issue of book banning is often addressed in fragmented ways. So I'll provide an example of researcher who addressed it in this discussion. Is so that what you have to present when you are writing a research paper, even in literature. So you have to include references, citation. You have cited, you have used ideas by others. You have to name the person whose work you cited. You use it in writing your research, your work. So I can go to another the same thing here. The same thing, see? So you have tried, have made a good attempt, but no reference. So this one worked on data hacking and memory hacking, distinct pathways of information distortion, and but so you have presented the things like that, but so with no reference. So this it can't be accepted in any Scopus indexed journal with like this. You have to present the reference. Where did you get the information from? Who did you cite? For example, if you say scholarship in cognitive psychology and memory studies indicates that, provide an example of a study. So that have of study, someone who conducted a study, which indicated that information distortion occurs independently of technological interference. You have to provide an example of someone who conducted a study, so who indicated that. And human memory is widely understood not as a passive repository stored information, but you can say extensive research in memory studies has shown that example of one study of someone or research who might have conducted a study on memory. So this is the some of the shortcomings in what you have produced. Okay, so you have tried, of course, you have tried to follow with the format, but the way you follow that format is not the way you should have done. So you should have, because you read before you write. You have to read. You read, and after reading, when you are writing, you use ideas from others, because now you are writing a research paper. So then you have to present what have been done by others and what they have done, and then present what have not yet been done, and then so you move to the third part, which is the objective of your research. Now, so even in the second part, despite the significance of both mechanisms, existing scholarship has largely examined data hacking, memory distortion in isolation. Provide an example of one study, example of one study, so that when they read your paper, so they can so this is what have been done, and those who did that are this, that, that. The person who conducted a study on what you are on hacking and memory distortion. So these are the person who conducted the study on hacking and memory distortion, and in their study there is a gap. There is something that I did not do. I wanted to contribute, and by addressing the question in this way, you see, that is very important. Okay, so next time when you have an opportunity, when you are writing a research paper, so from the introduction, so don't make a free assertion like this. So you have to include references, the people who did that and that, and as you can see in the examples that are here, so you can see that there are many references from the first paper, which is titled "The Shattered Language of Dreams in Line." So you can see that in the first part you have reference. You have reference, and you have reference here. Okay, so you have reference, and you have reference, and so you move to the second part. Is also have references. So the second research paper, the second introduction, you have references. You can see that. So there are references there in these in this introduction in the first part, and even in the second part, there are references. So when there are no references in it is the last part, because it is what you are going to do. So the references are not needed there. So you can see also in the paper on ELT and assessment. So the references are there. References are there. So when you are writing, making sure that you reference. Don't don't use the free assertion as if so you are the first one to to say that, or to have written about that. So try to include the references. And if you do not include the references, so your paper will not be accepted in the Scopus or Web of Science indexed journal. So so it is something that they look at. So the first thing they look at is that you have referenced your the argument that you have presented supported with some references, and another thing is they look at, so they look at whether your topic, what you have written contributed to knowledge. So that's what they look at. If they find that your work lacks those things, then so they reject it. So I have tried, I have attempted to publish my work in an Scopus indexed journal. So it is a research paper that I wrote with the sir, Dilip sir, and it was rejected 2 times, and at last it was accepted. It was accepted in a Scopus indexed journal. Scopus indexed journal. It was yes, and it is available on Google Scholar. You can go and check. It is if you write my name or the name of the lips, so you can find that research paper, and that research paper that we publish it in a Scopus indexed journal, and the requirements are not the same. They are different from the requirements that so other journals, other journals. So when you are writing for publication in a Scopus indexed journal, so it is so you need to be careful in the way you present your idea, in the way you reference the citation, and in the way you contribute a knowledge to existing knowledge. So that is so the requirement when you aim to make your work to have your work published in an Scopus indexed journal. So those are the requirement. Okay. So I don't know whether you have any question so far. Any question? So you can write a question there, and I can provide you with an answer. Something that you did not understand, or a question that you have. So you can ask that question, and I'll provide you with an answer. Something that you do not understand in terms of the structure of the work, in terms of so these requirements, or what you have so far discussed. So you can ask that question, and so I'll happily provide you with an answer to that question that you have, because this is the first part of the session, the first part of the session, and we will move to the second part if you do not have any question. Do you have a question? There, the audience. Yes.
Hello. No,
Hello?
sir, we don't have any question.
Okay. So we can continue. So the second part of this session is about AI tools to get accurate language in the paper, and you know that these are the tools that you use when you are writing, when you are given a task to write something, and they are useful tools, and you can use DeepSeek and Gemini. Perplexity, Poet, etc. There are many. So there are many AI tools that can assist students when they are writing. But you have to understand that people have different opinions about the use of these tools in writing. So that is something that you need to understand first. So that people have different opinions about the use of this tool. For some people, the use of these tools in writings leads to plagiarism and causes laziness among students. That is what they say. That's what they say. So because as for some students, so the concern that they have, those people, is that when you give an assignment or a topic to students what they do, they copy and paste that topic in a chat GPT, DeepSeek, and the Gemini, and these tools can provide you with, yes, if it is an essay, they can give you that. If it is something else, if it is a research paper, they can give you that. If it is an introduction to a research paper, they can give you that. So there is a concern about plagiarism, because plagiarism is a concern in academia. In academia, if they find that so there is a plagiarism in your work, so your work will not be accepted, and there are measures that are taken in order to avoid that. So, but others say that so these tools are useful because they can generate human right like response tailored to the context and content of the user's query, which helps learners address complex tasks and gain deeper understanding of challenging concepts. Uh, so the task of the students is to generate a correct prompt, to give a correct prompt. Despite that, so AI tools are very important for you. So you can use them. But how to use them? You use them to revise the text for accurate grammar, structure, and for coherence. So, for example, so in what you have produced, I don't know what a tool you have used when writing while writing these the introduction of the research paper that I told you to write. But so what you should have done, so you should have written something and then ask it ChatGPT or Gemini or other AI tool to revise the so what you have produced it already. So it can give you a good text which is well structured, which is coherent, and which has accurate grammar. Accurate grammar. So that is yes, the flow of ideas. Well, the flow of ideas is clear and correct, Yes, and but the problem with this, I don't know whether they can give you a text with references, citation. I've used it but before. I used Gemini to write short stories. I use them to write short stories. I give them a good prompt. A good prompt. The problem is that I do not have a paid version of this of this tool. But if you can if you are interested in writing short stories or stories, novels, these tools can assist you in doing that, and in research, in producing a research paper, so they can also help you. They can help you generate a text which is free of grammatical mistakes, so with the clear structure, where the flow of ideas is clear. So that is the importance of using this AI tool. There's the ChatGPT, the DeepSeek, Gemini. Okay, so the next part of this session is about plagiarism. Plagiarism, which is plagiarism is the representation of another person's language, thoughts, ideas, or expressions as one's own original work. So this is forbidden in academia. Yes. So it is considered as a violation of academic integrity and journalistic ethics, as well as of social norms around learning, teaching, research, fairness, respect, and responsibility. So it is something that should be discouraged in students in academia, at university. At this level, you should avoid this plagiarism. For example, so the ones who produced the introduction of a research paper and they did not include any reference. So someone may ask, is this your own idea, or where did you get all this? So it is the first question that they may ask if they read your work. The structure is good. It is, the text is comprehensible, but because you did not cite anyone. Yes, they express that concern. They say, oh, is it your idea, or is it the idea from well? At least you include the references, you cite, you have read. So you write after you have read something, because you cannot present that gap. So that gap, what have been not, what the previous research did not do without reading. It is not possible. It is not possible. So if you do not read, so you cannot be able to present really the gap. It means the second part of the research paper. So you cannot be able to present that if you did not read and understand the topic and understand what have been done, and then so be able to identify the gap in the existing research. It is not possible. So you presented that after you have read. And if you present it like that, so it means that there is somehow, so the accusation of plagiarism. So which is bad in academic writing. Academic writing is not. And you have also to understand that Scopus and the Web of Science, Academy of Science indexed journals, conduct a plagiarism check before the article is sent to the reviewers. So before even they send your paper to the reviewers, so they check the plagiarism. They conduct what we call plagiarism check. Before even the reviewers, before it gets to the reviewer, the readers of your work, to say whether your work can be accepted or not. Before that, they conduct a plagiarism check. So if they check the plagiarism, in your work, and they find that so the similarity index exceed So their requirement, your work is first rejected. It's first rejected, and you have to redo your work so that you can remove. So these is similarity, this similarity. So that is very important. If you you wanted to publish a work in Scopus Index Journal, so that is the requirement. That is the requirement, and you have to follow that. So the next part, which is the last one of this session, is the use of Mendeley for references. Because so we have seen that so in your introduction, there are references, people you have cited, people whose ideas were included in your work. So you have to, so at the end of your paper, so you write the references. So we have so accurate citation and referencing, which is important. It's important in research paper, and we have different citation and referencing styles. And I use APA, which is American Psychological Association, and in the literature they use MLA, Modern Language Association. We have other Chicago, Vancouver citation style or referencing style, and so you have to make sure that your citation or referencing style follow one of these: APA, MLA, Chicago, or Vancouver. For example, in these examples, in this example, the last one, these samples of this sample of the last sample, for example, predicting human judgment of essay quality and both integrated and independent second language writing samples, a comparison study. So if you read there, so it follows APA style of referencing, of citation, means so if you can go through it, and you can see that it follows that this referencing style of APA in literature. So they follow another, so which is MLA, citation style, which is different from APA referencing style. So these are the referencing styles that are usually used here in literature and in ELT. So those are referencing styles that are used there. So we continue with the other to finish. Okay, so the use of, so to write then accurately the list of references, because you have to write the list of references at the end of your paper. So it is better to use a software. So one of the software is Mendeley site, and we have two versions of this. We have a desktop version, which you can use with your computer, and a browser version. And so the desktop version, which is called Mendeley Reference Manager, and it can be downloaded to your computer. So it means you can download it from in your computer. And the other is the browser-based version, which is called Mendeley Web, and it can be accessed from any device. So how to do that? So Mendeley software is free to download. So to download it, so you can go to www.mendeley.com and register. Do not use the sign in through your institution option. Okay, select the red button, download now, Mendeley Reference Manager for free. And after download it, you can install it on your computer and start using it. And how to use it? So we can use it manually. So it means that you add entry manually, choose reference type, enter bibliographic information, and save. You can do it through PDF. And so you save the PDF to the computer and drop the PDF into the central column of Mendeley Reference Manager, and you check that the bibliographic information Mendeley imports is correct. So this is what you do. So you can try to download it, download it with your computer there, and you can start using it. Okay, so these all the parts of a research paper from the introduction. So the other part, so which is the research methods and the results and the discussion, and also the conclusion at the end, references. Also, you have to avoid plagiarism, include reference citation, the people whose work you cited, and if all this is met, so you can send your paper for publication. Okay, so I'll continue reading the assignment that you have sent to me, and I'll give you, each one will get feedback. But so there are individuals who have sent their assignments as a message, an email message, not as an attached file, an attached Word file. So I need an attached Word file. So you write your introduction in a Word, and after writing it, so you send it to me as an attached file, not as a message, a simple message, because I cannot read that in my email. So one of here is Nidhi Pandya, who sent a simple message. So how many? So how many of you? So 12 of you sent. 12 of you sent your assignment as a message, not as an attached Word file. So you need to send an attached Word file to me. So if you want feedback of your work, feedback on your work, so you need to send a Word file attached to the message that you will send. 12 of you, which include Nidhi Pandya, Vagani, Drashti Joshi, Emisha Ravani. So all these have sent a simple message. You have to correct that and send. Please, you send an attached file to the email that you are going to send. Okay. Because I'm going to read, and tomorrow, so will be about the feedback. I'll give you feedback on what you have produced. Please, if you need feedback, then you need to send an attached file. So those who send an attached file, I have started reading your assignment, and I think tomorrow I'll be ready with the feedback. I'll be ready with the feedback. But if you do not send your assignment as an attached file, You will not get the feedback. You will not get the feedback because it will not be possible for me to give you the feedback. Okay. So I think that we can stop by here. Okay. So I have commented on your work, some of you, because I have not yet finished reading your assignments. So I'll continue reading them, and I'll give you feedback tomorrow in the session of tomorrow. Each one will get feedback, and I'll also send the feedback to you on your email that you've sent. Okay. So thank you for your kind attention or your kind collaboration in this session. And I think that, so if you have questions, you are welcome to ask them. Thank you.
So we can take a few questions if there are from any participants.
Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Sir, am I audible?
Yes,
So-
yeah, you are audible.
My question is like in index journal like Scopus. If we use AI us for like for only for research to find articles or anything else, so can we cite it like in references or in bibliography if we want to publish our article in index journal, or we can't cite AI?
Okay, so AI can be used for when you are looking for information, but it depends on the journal you are sending your paper in Scopus Indexed journal. So some journal, so they do not like references, or they do not like citation from AI. As some, so they accept. Now it depends. So after writing your paper, so there is a submission requirement that you need to read. Yes, before you send your paper for publication, and they will tell you so whether they accept the AI citation, or whether they do not accept AI citation. So that's what you need to do before you use citation from AI. But AI can be used to get information there, and you try to synthesize that information that you have got from AI, and write your own idea. And you can also use AI to try to revise your paper. Now that is accepted. So I don't know whether I have tried to provide an answer to your question.
Hello. Am I audible,
Yes.
sir? Okay.
Yes.
So my question is, according to you, which are the limitations of using AI tool in academic language editing?
So one of the limitation is to use AI to generate your response. So it means that you have a topic, and you are writing, and you take that topic to AI, and you copy and paste. Yeah, so means you have a response from AI, and you copy that response, the answers from AI, and you paste those answers. And so that is forbidden.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
live. I am live right now. So no more questions. Still, we have enough time today. So if there are any questions, we have one participant from chemistry, and I think he shared with me that his paper is published in a Scopus Index journal, Elsevier's journal. Is he present there right now? Yeah. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I am audible, sir.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, I am. Okay, my name is Kuldeep Kukadia, and I am from Department of Chemistry, Maharaja Krishna Kumar Singhji Bhavnagar University. And recently, my research paper is published in Elsewhere journal, and in impact factor is around 6.3 impact factor. And I have one question is for there, how journal all publication was separated in Q1, Q2, Q3 and Q4. Okay,
So
why need
so they classify. It means they classify the journal in a Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 on the basis of their impact. Their impact. How many times the works published in that journal are cited by others, are cited by others, are read by others. So that's what they look at before classifying the journals into Q1, Q2, Q3, 4. So it means that so the a journal which is classified into Q1, so it is so their requirements are hard in comparison to the journals that are classified in Q4. Did you understand what I've said?
Okay, thank you, sir. Today's session is very interesting, and I am very happy to join this session. Thank you, Professor Barar, Dilip Barar, sir. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
So you are welcome. Okay, so there is one announcement that I'd like to make. One announcement. Okay, so I'm reading your assignment, the introduction of research paper that you have sent, and I'll try to identify one which can be one research paper, a good one, and that person will try to add other parts, the other parts, and they will try to publish it.
Yes. Okay. Now you can offer the vote of thanks or feedback to the session.
Thank you so much, sir, for such an insightful, intellectual, simultaneously enriching session. So on behalf of Department of English and all the participants, we thank you, sir, and I would also like to thank all the participants for their attentive presence and thoughtful engagement throughout the session. So with this, we are concluding our session. and we look forward for meeting you all again in these in the upcoming sessions. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. It was my pleasure.
Okay, so now Clement, if you want to, you can leave, or if you want to, you can be with us also. We have some time, so I will have a follow-up to what you were talking about, index journals and other things also. So as we have some time with us, let us use this time, and let me share some of the views regarding finding a quality journal, or one case study. Let us take that how Taylor and Francis helps writers in publishing a good paper. We had a very good question also from Kuldeep, and he was asking about how this Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 categories are being made by the publishers. Normally, it is all about citations and impact factor. So, the highest impact factor, which has more visibility, the top 25% in the ranking with highest impact and visibility, they are considered as Q1 category of journals. If it is between 25 and 50 percentage, then they are known as Q2 journals. If it is 50 to 75 percentage, Q3, and bottom 25% are known as Q4 journals. When we look at as a profile of teachers in India, in Indian context, Clement is from Africa, so this categories or this criteria do not apply everywhere. But in Indian context, when we have NAC accreditation or NIRF ranking or individual teachers output or journals output, then Q1 category is considered as or it is highly valued Q1. It means that the journals have a very high impact factor, and it is cited a lot by so many people. So only publishing the work is not important, but what is more important is that our works are cited by other people also. So we also should start thinking, going a step beyond publishing. Most of you are masters and PhD scholars. So at this level, only publishing is very important. At this level, if you start publishing, that also is good achievement. But our goal or a further journey is towards how our works are cited by other people. Then the impact factor increases. Maybe after 5-10 years, publication will not be as important as the citation of the publications are important. So Q1 quality journal becomes very important in that. I have shared one link with all of you, which talks about, let me share the screen of what I have shared with you. I have shared this research publication guidelines for novice researchers, a step-by-step handbook for this. So on this, some basic guidelines are given that how one can think of publishing in a quality journals, where defining the research domain, then selecting a research topic, crafting a research question, comprehensive literature review, methodology selection, rigorous data analysis, concluding the research. Then from point number 8, today we want to concentrate on this, choosing an appropriate journal, selecting a correct or right journal, then manuscript composition, formal submission, navigating the peer review process, the production phase, and that how that is very important part. As a case study, several references are given in this document. I would like to share the case study of Taylor and Francis. The website is authorservices.taylorandfrancis.com. I'm sharing this link in our WhatsApp group, so all of you will get that also. Later on, you can go through this website, but I'm just giving you guidelines what we get here. So here, steps to journal publication. First of all, research your options, discover more about choosing the right journal. So here we can select, and we can see that how I can select the right journal. So that is very important point here. choosing a journal. So though Taylor and Francis is giving lots of things in detail, also that it is self-explanatory, we can read and understand also about all these things. At the same time, if those people who do not like to read a lot and go through everything, they give several shortcuts also, like journal suggester. They say journal. So if you say I want to publish in, say for example, and to publish something in film studies, as an example. So I will just type a keyword, or I can put my abstract here, so that Taylor and Francis's AI tool will suggest that which are the journals. So I can get the list of journals. And then I can go through the things, like if I think that my paper is good for European cinema, I can see the things here. What is the matrix? Impact factor. If I want to select high impact factor, then I can again look for all the journals. First of all, that what are their impact factor? Let me see. And then I will say it is 1.1 here. Then I will select by impact factor, that whichever is the higher one. Science journals obviously have much higher impact factor than arts and humanities. Here we will see film studies is a part of arts and humanities, and the impact factor is hardly 0.4, 0.5, 0.2, 0.5, even if it is by Taylor and Francis, which is very renowned journal, then also it is like this. But in the science, we can easily find a good impact factor also. So if I see this, then I want to also have to know what is the cost of publishing in this, that is article publishing charges, APC. What are the charges and other things there? So full access, if I want to publish, OA status, open access status, OA, and then the publishers are Dow, Routledge, and Taylor and Francis. I will get the list here, that how much time it will take. For example, this journal normally, they say it takes 18 months in the process of peer review, and then it can get published. Here is calculate your article publishing charges. In this new window, you can select whether it is a book review, scholarly essay, translation, introduction, whatever you are writing. Scholarly essay, for example, if we select, and to which country we belong to, that we have to select. So we select India here, and then we get this. So it is around $2,990 as a processing charges for this. So if you say as of today, what is the cost of $2,990 to Indian rupees, then it comes around 2,74,000 rupees. That is the cost of publishing in high impact factor or Taylor and Francis journal in open access. Open access, if we do the publication, then it comes like this. So on this website, as we see that they help us everywhere. Now, if I am okay with this, if I want discount and waivers, I can click here for some discounts and waivers, and I can get the benefit of this. But good journals keep everything in open access. Everything is written. There are no middlemen in between. If somebody says that you pay us money and I will publish in Scopus or Web of Science, then perhaps they are doing some unfair practices. Normally, all these journals, they have direct submission of the paper, and everything is clearly mentioned on their websites. Here it is, submit your paper to this journal. So we click and we come to this journal page, and here we see you can read everything about what are their aims and objectives, what kind of papers they publish, what are their metrics, who are on the editorial board. All this thing gives us an idea that is my paper suitable for this particular journal or not. I can read some of the open access journals. Here we can say green button, so it is full access. I can download and read that. This is in open access. I can read the part of that. So if it is closed, like this is a locked one. It may not allow me to read everything. There I have to require institutional subscription to read this kind of articles. Right now we are connected with Honors in a LAN connected, one nation, one subscription. So I can easily open all these articles also. submit an article. So I can click on this button, go to submission site. You can read editorial policies and everything also. Editing services also. Many of these journals provide paid editing services also. So if we have idea, but we can't write it in proper manner, or editors keep on telling us that, well, still you need to frame your write-up properly. And if you want to avail this service, then also they allow, but it is normally a paid service there. So several things, premium editing, scientific editing, advanced editing, that all this also is a very good job opportunities also, which are under threat because of artificial intelligence. Today there are humans who are doing all this English language editing, academic translation, manuscript support, article promotion. All this thing is officially being given by Taylor and Francis. See, article promotion, manuscript support, academic translation into different languages. Right now we have Korean, Portuguese, Spanish, Japanese, Chinese, English language editing also. So people have to pay money and get this code, which is what people say that such kind of jobs will be taken away by the artificial intelligence. So I see this and then go to submission site. On the submission site, they will ask for the login. I hope all of you will have ORC ID. If not, then you can quickly open an ORC ID. PhD scholars will have ORC IDs. But master students, if you do not have, just note down this website, orcid.org. Let me open it in a new window. .org. Okay. So you can note down this. So today evening, by tomorrow, you should have this ORC ID ready. You can note down the word ORC ID. Okay. So we can access through ORC ID. We can do the login to this. So I have on this login page, I have read author guidelines. I have only submitted this article to this journal. Author name and contribution. I think that whatever is applicable, I can require. Then what is my article type? And then I can start here for publishing of the article manuscript. Okay, so there is a submission portal error right now. Okay. Okay. So this again, manuscript details. What is your title? You have to put here, then abstract, then the things which are required for a specific special issue. If you are replying to a call for a paper, then yes, no, data is available or not, copyright issues, file upload, what way you have to do file upload, any other things which is to be disclosed, anything that can identify you or your co-authors needs to be identified here. Ethics declaration, generative AI. I have read and agreed to comply with Taylor and Francis AI policy. So you can click here and read what is the AI policy of Taylor and Francis, and are you following the AI policy of the journal or not? That you have to agree, and you have to read and tell that yes, you have. If you have used AI, you have done it according to the policy of Taylor and Francis. It is not that they don't allow people to use artificial intelligence, but there are some terms and conditions to use artificial intelligence, which all the authors should read it on all the journals. All the journals have their own personalized AI policies, which needs to be followed by everybody. So then human participants, if they are required, then we require the consent, all this thing. Once everything is done, let me click as a sample the things there. As I click yes, I will get more buttons to work on this. Okay, still I have to upload something here. Okay, after uploading the things, I will come to the subject of this. What are the keywords I have to give for the metadata of the journal? Then who are the authors? Add authors. If there are more than one, then how we can add those things, how we can complete the details regarding authors. It is good if it is retrieved from ORCID, so it gets very well documented. ORCID is like a Aadhaar card for research scholars. So we all get globally connected with one unique number And wherever our publications are published, the citation is accumulated by various artificial intelligences at one platform. Like Google Scholar is doing that, Scopus is doing, Vidwan portal is there by India, that also is doing that all thing through ORC ID. So that way the author details, another thing can be given. We can connect profiles of various things. Services, if you require any services, then we can put that also. Need to fill the form, then only it will come, and then the preview will come. So this is the process, that how we go to a particular website and read their thorough guidelines, and then on their submission page, the way they are demanding, we fill up the form to submit our research articles and other thing. They will give clear guidelines whether they want MLA citation, APA citations, or any specific way in which they want their citation. That also they will put in their write-ups there. So this is how we see from this page, author services. Research your option, draft your article, get advice on your on writing your paper. If you click and see, we get writing your paper, and they will give you self-learning advice. Know who you are writing for, read the guidelines, structuring your article, writing your manuscript, formatting your paper, using AI when writing your paper, before submitting, enhance your paper. Step by step, all these guidelines we get to read. It's not very lengthy reading also, very quick reading. It is there. We can also listen this if you want to, structuring your article, writing a manuscript step by step, and formatting your paper, using AI while writing, how you can improve language, plain language summaries, formatting the things. Before you submit the paper, what you have to do, and enhance your paper also, how you can enhance with various things. Nowadays, people have this trend of putting a video abstract of a research paper, a video abstract. Notebook LM is there, which can generate a video abstract of any research paper. So people can, because people promote their research. Why people promote? Because they get more citations if they promote their research papers. So this is how, what is a video abstract, and how you can use this service if you want, or you can think of a video abstract of Taylor and Francis, graphical abstract also, infographics, as we keep on talking about. So an infographic for the promotion of a research paper, with the help of some AI tools or other thing, people can generate and can work on this also. So a very interesting way. The entire the world of publishing is growing, and we get the help from good platforms like Taylor and Francis about everything, step by step, how and what can be done. If you don't want to be in the trap of any malpractice by any journals or other thing, then the right way is to deal with the websites of the journal publications. There are many dummy journal publication websites also. That also is a different idea altogether, which also needs to be discussed. But if you go to a proper website for proper publication things, then we get to learn a lot many things about what is the right way to move ahead in the publishing industry. Okay, so that was something to add to the ongoing talk about how Scopus or Web of Science or Taylor and Francis journal publication can be done. Okay, so I hope the task that is given, or whatever work you have to do, you can use the time that you have today and work on your activity task, and submit your work accordingly also. And thanks, Dr. Clement. Tomorrow again we will join and continue with your session in the afternoon, post-lunch session. So thank you, everybody. We are winding up our day here today. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Clement.
Thank you. You are welcome.